Next, I have Ashley, and you have a Virgo sun in the 11th house. Actually, that's 12th house. So I read in whole sign, by the way. I don't remember if I mentioned that earlier. There's different types of ways you can calculate a chart, and most online calculators will calculate your chart in Placidus, but I was taught to read in whole sign, and sometimes I'll look at Placidus to see if there's any significant changes with the house systems. So, Ashley, you have Virgo sun in the 12th house in whole sign. And then you also have your Virgo moon in 12th house whole sign. But in Placidus, your sun becomes the 11th house, and then your moon becomes the 10th house. So that just means that you might resonate with both 12th house, 11th house, and 10th house placements when it comes to your Virgo qualities. And then you also have your Libra ascendant. So you've got very earthy and air. Earth and air in your big three. And what you're learning to let go of is codependency and people pleasing, which may have caused a lot of anxiety with some deeper feelings of being critical and judgmental of yourself and possibly others. There's a really strong sense for perfectionism, especially with that double Virgo. Virgos do have a tendency to want everything to be perfect. It's like they have a very keen eye for detail, and may also feel really unappreciated because they try so hard for others, and if they don't get the same back, they don't feel appreciated. And it's important for y'all to know that you're doing the good work. And so if feelings of being unsure of who you are come up, maybe that develops into some escapist tendencies and hiding yourself from the world, or isolating yourself. Because in whole sign you have your sun and your moon in the 12th house, and the 12th house is a very spiritual house. And sometimes, though, it can also come off as you living in a fantasy world, you're not always present in the moment. But then the 11th house, your sun being there, that would be more group oriented, and that can be your social friend group. So a lot of emphasis on your let me take a look. Yeah, it can also have been feeling really cliquey, or you detach your own emotions from if they conflict with the rest of the group's emotions, you just kind of go along with whatever the group is saying and not really putting your own opinions and thoughts in if they differ from that, since you might feel like you always have to belong and don't want to cause any conflict. And then your moon in Placidus, it's 10th house, so that could come up as being very career driven, since the 10th house is about your reputation and career. So it could also be seen as feeling burdened by other people's opinions of you. But then owning into that would be just letting your career take center stage. But that's, so since you had such a very difference with your 12th house being in whole sign, it's you might have resonated with the 12th house for your sun and moon, or you might also have resonated with the 11th house sun and 10th house moon, you know, so it all kind of works. So like I said, with astrology, it's like take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, I would say, you know, Virgo, you come off as someone who is very helpful and resourceful. And with that Libra, you're probably very like fun to be around, a social butterfly, and really focused on that group harmony. So I would just be careful about falling into like wanting to just like hide and be isolated from the world with all that 12th house energy there. Okay, let's see.